My name is Peter Poole. I have known Richard Dufton on and off for over 10 years and have enjoyed many startling conversations on the street corner and in the nearest cafe. But today we have planned the encounter. It's the 1st of December 2002 and it's my pleasure to join Richard at his home in Brighton along the south coast of England. Good afternoon, Richard.
Good afternoon, Peter.
Well, first, Richard, without wanting to fit into tight categories, how would you describe yourself? You have a range of eclectic interests which work together. These range from the scientific to esoteric.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't actually classify myself other than being human, but I suppose I'm interested in the world that I inhabit, and from that I affect the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you feel you've gained more from not specialising just in one field, though? Because you've looked at lots of different areas.
Decidedly, because if you take one tile, it doesn't make a roof.
Mm-hmm.
And if you limit yourself, then your view and your attitudes must be equally limited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, could you tell us some of the things you looked at? You've been involved in technology and.
Oh gosh, yes.
I know it's a bit of a big question. I mean, you could.
It's a lifetime's experience. I started in natural sciences, and then I went into electronics, military electronics, then into pure science, and now I'm back to natural sciences again. And in between that, life and all that implies. I'm not a member, or never have been a member of any political party, so I'm a free thinker.
Right.
And from that I have a very open view of what is actually going on in the world, having visited a large number of these places that they talk about in the course of my work.
I understand you've got something called Deep Forest Green. Could you tell us something about that?
Deep Forest Green is an environmental charity that I established to work out good, sensible ways of dealing with the problems on the earth. Not just saying, no, you don't do that, but show them what you can do and make it economically viable.
Mm-hmm. Does it differ from the sort of approach that a conventional green group would have?
Definitely.
Obviously there are groups like Friends of the Earth and Greenpeace that tend to do things very much politically lobbying and do you agree with their views, or do you feel they're going up the wrong path in some ways?
Well, every path must be explored, and it's not down to me to say what's a good one or not. Or I happen to think that if you do research into a field and show how it can be done, and then provide the working model for how it can be done, then this is much better than just shouting and screaming at people.
So you think your activism is more practical than
definitely
shouting at politicians?
Yes, because politicians never listen. Businessmen listen if you can show them how they can save money and make more profit and improve the environment in the same situation. If you can do that, you get progress. If you politically lobby, you just keep the beast alive.
So what does Deep Forest Green actually do? I mean, do you plant trees or something? It sounds like you do that.
We've planted trees. We advise. We look at problems down to source, and we work ways of solving them. Everything from oxygen levels in the atmosphere being enhanced by the right type of trees, which isn't the pine, to removing radiation from contaminated ground.
Do you feel biofuels are a possible way forward and to solve fuel problems? Yeah.
If you get a closed cycle biofuel, you don't add any contaminants to the air that you're not already taking out. And a lot of the things that they're putting over electric cars and things like that actually cost more energy than they can actually use, and this is down to line losses and storage facilities in the batteries. So you can create up to 8 times the amount of energy just to go a mile. So in that case, petrol is less damaging than some of the electric cars. I
suppose to charge an electric car, you still have to
create the electricity. Generated.
Yeah.
It has to be generated mostly from fossil fuel of some kind, and if it's only an eighth as efficient as using an internal combustion engine, what's the point? It's only a vanity that somebody says, oh well, I'm driving this and it's pollution free. No, it's not. It's made far more pollution in truth when you go into the mathematics of it. And that's the sort of thing that we look at. Then we come up with something that is pollution free.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the state of our environment right now? Britain, for example, has been very badly scarred by road building and other developments, while the foot and mouth epidemic of 2001 ravaged the countryside. Can England still be a green and pleasant land?
No. In a word, you can push the envelope where the environment is to such a point that it reaches criticality. We have very little free oxygen left in the atmosphere at the present moment. Global warming is happening. The Atlantic conveyor that is so important to keeping the seas alive has stopped. These are realities. Mm-hmm. Without these massive things, like the Atlantic conveyor, which is a current that starts in the Arctic and the heavy meltwater drops, flows along the trenches and then basically tours the world, bringing up nutrients from the depths and mixing cooler waters with the surface waters and allowing that necessary mix of nutrients and stable water temperatures to keep the coral alive. When that stopped, the coral started bleaching and dying all over the world. Right. 8% of our stuff has gone, our coral has gone, and it will not come back because the water now has changed. We have to start the Atlantic conveyor going. And how does man do that? That's a global thing. You know, we have situations like that. Although it hasn't crashed around our ears like a man-made object, if you stop something the size of the world, it takes something of the energy of the world to start it again. Mm-hmm. And man can never do that.